In this video, I want to talk to you guys about the importance of setting big goals. It's often said you should set goals, but I feel sometimes there are a number of things that hold us back from setting goals, right? One is maybe you've tried before, you set some goals, they didn't work. Second is there's this weird thing in culture where setting goals feels like almost childish. I don't know where that comes from, but we're gonna tackle that. And third, maybe you've just got a lot going on, right? You're thinking, what's the point of setting goals? I'm so busy, I've got to move from task A to task B. What's the point? Well, actually, this video is for you if you're in any of those three camps. One of the first reasons why you have to set big goals in your life is because big goals create inspiration. All right, the reason I'm doing this video in this studio is because 9 years ago, or 7 years ago, more accurately, I remember just doodling on a piece of paper, because I had this idea to have like a space where we can bring people with different perspectives together. If I'm honest, that's all it was. I was kind of sketch a bit of what it might look like, and fast forward 7 years, we are sat in what I think is a physical manifestation of that dream I had, that goal I had to have a space that can be like a creative house of sorts. I didn't have it all figured out. It was literally just ideas. But what big goals do is they create inspiration. And when you set goals that are big, that people laugh at sometimes, it starts this process in you where you start feeling inspired to get out of bed, to go through lots of difficult moments, right? Because it has not been, let me be very clear, it has not been a linear, I set a goal and I've achieved it. That's not how it's worked. The last 7 years, there's been lots of twists and turns and ups and downs. But that goal, that vision, that dream, if you like, kept me inspired even through all those like random twists and detours. So why should you set goals? Because you need to be inspired. You need something that wakes you up in the morning, that makes you get excited about life. And that's what big goals do. Big goals, they give you like emotional energy because all your hard work feels tethered to something. It shocks me sometimes where like people just work hard for just because they just work hard. I need to have a goal, right? And there's a Proverbs 29:18. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish, right? So vision is so important for inspiring people, for lifting up their moods, for giving them the energy to try something new, to try something fresh. So I just think you have to set big goals for that one reason. It will inspire you. The second reason, actually, we had a recent event called Dreams and Discipline, right? Where we were talking about, dreams and discipline. And one thing came up which I wanted to share, which is the second reason I think you set goals is because with discipline-inducing goals, they are so big, the current version of you basically has to die and a new version has to be born. And that is a very hard process to go through, that kind of personal metamorphosis, right, of changing. You're gonna wanna say no, you're a creature of habit, your body's gonna say stay the way you are, why are you waking up early, why are you changing the script, as it were? What's gonna help you usurp all those feelings of stay the same is having a goal that's big enough. I'll give you a discipline-inducing goal. If you say I want to be the first person to graduate from university in my family, well, that's big because you're the first, right? So a lot of your family's structure is probably set up to keep you exactly where you are. And so you're gonna have to overcome all of that. I'm gonna have a business that's gonna employ 25 people. If you're gonna have 25 people on payroll, that is a lot of money. You're gonna need to be making hundreds, if not upwards, of sort of £500,000 a year. That's a lot of money. You sat, I don't know, on a bed right now, or just walking around, you're not gonna do that randomly. You're gonna have to change, right? You're gonna have to change. And so very quickly, you can see how that's a discipline-inducing goal. It wakes you up to this process of changing, of metamorphosis. The third reason why you owe yourself big dreams, and I love this reason, is because when you have a big dream or big goal, it attracts other people. Because everyone's wired for purpose. We're wired for our lives to feel like they mean something. So when you have a goal that's capacious enough that other people can see themselves in that goal, that is a sweet spot to be in. Because now you can energize people and say, guys, I've seen the mountaintop. Do you want to go there? They're like, let's go. And you start bringing people along with you. And I promise you, it is always better to journey with people than to do it by yourself. Every major achievement I've ever had, the first instinct I feel is to text somebody about it. Is to share it with somebody. And if there's no one there, very quickly you realize you just being great and doing things is not enough. You gotta pull people along with you. So if you're someone who you want to, achieve big, consider that when you do that, it invites people along, which makes achieving big actually sweeter. That's what makes achieving things good, when people are coming alongside with you. So I just think whoever is listening to this, like, I would get practical about everything I'm telling you. I'm not just saying this for fun. Like, I would sit down and I would ask yourself, okay, cool, what are my big goals? Right? We just finished 3 months of the year, so Q1's done. You got 3 more quarters. What could I achieve at the end of this year? You know, and make it big so that initially it will inspire you and you'll write it down and go, wow, okay, let's go. I'm fired up, right? Second, that it will start to create this kind of incentive in your life for discipline, for actually building the discipline to get it done. And 3, make it big enough that it requires other people to hold you accountable, people who will be benefited if you achieve it, people who will enjoy, quote unquote, like, once you've achieved that thing. You know, for me, I'm always thinking of goals and then how do I make them bigger and bigger and bigger. And honestly, it's okay if people laugh, it's fine. If you achieve it, right? If you achieve it, so many people are made better as a result. And so that's all the motivation I need. This may not be a big thing, but me being sat in this room right now is testament of the fact that 7 years ago, I had a random goal. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I didn't really know how I would get there, but I definitely knew that Mike, who would be there, needs to be better with money, needs to be better with people, needs to be more organized, needs to have a structure. 7 years later, we are literally sitting in the manifestation of that goal. And so whoever you are out there listening to this, set big goals. You owe it to yourself to do so. And if you do it, if you set big goals, you will be surprised what you will achieve if you focus on them. See you in the next video.